Hello, hello. It is Thursday. Thursday. Oh, goodness gracious. Let me check my settings. Make sure we are good on Facebook. Oh, I tell you guys, I have really, I really enjoy being with you all, these last 12 days. I've really enjoyed it. I've been looking forward to it. Um, and if you all saw my live yesterday, I mentioned I will be here at 5, live at 5, if my flight don't get late, go get delayed. And guess what? My flight was delayed, but I made it. I made it. I am here and you are here and I can't wait to share with you today. So, everyone who does not know me, my name is Tiffany Newton. I'm a master certified health and life coach, and my space is mental health and co-parenting. And I have truly enjoyed this challenge. I'm in a 30-day life challenge, and this is day 12. And I'm talking about my journey to co parenting. And I have really enjoyed it. I've enjoyed reading your comments. People have sent me texts and messages and comments in the lives as well. And I truly appreciate the feedback. And if you don't like what I'm saying, I want to hear that too. Because I feel that we all experience things differently. We see the world differently. All of us have different perspectives. And just because, I come on the live and this is the perspective that I have, I understand everybody doesn't have the same perspective and everybody doesn't have the same experience. So, feel free. I want to hear, even when you don't agree with me, I want to hear those comments as well. So, so as I said, we are in day 12 and I literally just stepped in the door like less than 15 minutes ago. But I was so anxious to talk with you today and to interact with you. I was like, let me get as close to 5 as I possibly can. So here I am. And as you know, we are talking about cracking the code to co-parenting communication. And we all this week we've been talking about communication because as we found out that 68% of divorces that occurred, they ended, or part of the reason they ended was due to communication issues. And with that being said, I mean, just because there were communication issues in the marriage, it doesn't mean that there hasn't been post divorce. And then we also have children that are in the mix. So so we've been talking about communication, and I mean this isn't just something that can be used in co-parenting relationships, but it can also be used in all of our relationships because all of us, this is something we constantly have to work on, and that is communication. So, if you know of anyone that would love to hear about this today, please, or if there's anything that you've gotten out of it, please, share it out. Um, and also, like it, and give me your feedback as well in the comments because I will definitely love to read it. So let's get going. So, as we all know, our vault is what? The child first method, because we are cracking the code to communication for co parents. So, our vault is the child first method. And we've been talking about different combinations to communication, to effective communication. And as a reminder, the child first method is a comprehensive approach to co parenting. It emphasizes effective communication, collaboration, and prioritizing the well being of the child. And our child is always going to be our focus of discussion. Everything that we talk about, our child is the focal point, they're our priority. So, communication, or I should say, the child in the first method, child first method, is an acronym. So the C is for communication, which involves partnership and collaboration, honoring the other parent's role, involvement with the child, letting go of shoulda, coulda, wouldas, and determining in everything to think about the child and what's best for them together. So we're talking about communication. This is going to be the last day because this is part 4 of cracking the communication for co parenting. And today we're going to talk about partnership and collaboration. And I always like to go back to our working definition of effective communication because it was so good. It is the process of exchanging ideas, thoughts, opinions, knowledge, and data so that the message is received and understood with clarity and purpose. When we communicate effectively, both parties feel satisfied. And that's what we want out of our effective communication with our co-parents and our loved ones. So as a reminder, again, our focus is the child and what's best for them. Everything that we discuss is going to compass that. Can we all agree that that's what we need to? Hey, Miss Harris, how you doing? Thank you for joining. Can we all agree that that should be our focus? Yeah, yeah, because we want our children to be emotionally healthy. We want our children to be better than we are. So, so promoting strong partnership between co-parents is essential for a successful co-parenting relationship, and it's also essential to the emotional well-being of our child. So we are going to talk about a few things that. Hey, Mr. Parker, how you doing? Thank you for joining. We're going to talk about a few things that a strategy that I want to call one team, one family. One team, one family. So when we think about a team, we think about someone who, or I should say, an organization or a group of people. It's two or more people, which can make a team, and they're all working towards a common goal. And with me being a sports fan, when I think about teams, I automatically think about sports. So, think about a football team or a basketball team or a baseball team. They're all on the same team. They're all trying to get as many points on the board in order to win the game. So, if we look at it in that aspect as co parents, and we being about the business of our child, and we looking at ourselves as being on one team, one family. Now, our family looks different than what it used to when we were together, but we're still family. You know, just like I've said before, we didn't stop being a parent. Our co parent did not stop being a parent to our child. So we have to renew our mind, when it comes to that. So we're still one family. We're still a family, you know. So one team, one family. So what does that look like? I had so many different things that I could talk about today. I really did. And I'm sure eventually I'll get to share everything. But I just want to talk to you about a few things in regards to being one team and one family. And the first one is creating or establishing an open communication channel. And that encourages, because this is all about it, communication. Everything that we're doing with this team is about communication. You have the quarterback who actually, calls the plays. You have coaches that call plays. So in order for us to know how to run the game, how to run the play, we have to communicate. And this, with your co-parents, it has to be open. We have to encourage that with one another. We have to be honest with one another, and we have to regularly share information about our child's well-being, activities, and important events. And that is crucial in this partnership. This is crucial in our team. And the next thing I want to mention is a parenting plan. I know we are given parenting plans. If we go through the court system, you know, they give us a parenting plan, or we agree upon one. When we get divorced, we might have a mediator that might go through, different options, things. But for the most part, everything is always cookie cutter. It is well, this is what we've done, because the lawyers are going to advise you accordingly. So this is what we've done here, and this is what we can do here. So that's why you see most, visitations for dads or every other weekend, and then you have, they might have a day in the week, where they are with their children. And some people, they do it a little bit differently. They might have 1 week on, 1 week off. They might share custody. But whatever it is, I want you to consider developing your own parenting plan. Yes, we have a document, but we're not held to that document because we're the parent. We don't have to allow the state or the government or some person or entity outside of our home to dictate what's best for our child. Now, I do know there's instances where those things are needed, but just like I said before, we're talking about emotionally healthy people. We as co-parents, we are emotionally healthy. So we both want the best interest. We have the best interest at heart for our child. Our child is our focus. We know that both of us, we love our child. Thank you so much for joining. And we want to work together, in partnership. So I just want to lay that ground rule, because I know there's other instances where, some people have to be told what to do. Okay. All right. All right. So now we have that out of the way. Creating a parenting plan together. So we're going to coordinate on creating a comprehensive parenting plan that outlines parenting schedules, responsibilities, and decision-making processes. And this is going to involve both co-parents. We're going to actually design this plan. It's going to be customized for our family. So that's what I was telling you. You have, people outside of our home that's telling us how we're going to do what's best for our family. But just because that worked for, or you wanting that for hundreds of people, and of course, it has to be like that in that particular realm. But we get to decide. So we can customize this parenting plan however we want because we are designing it to ensure fairness and cooperation. We're going to proactively revise the parenting plan to accommodate changes in the child's needs and circumstances because our child is going to constantly evolve. They're going to grow. They're going to get involved in different activities and it's going to require those changes. And it's going to require us to change in the process. And we're going to work together to ensure that our plan remains effective. And of course, that's going to take regular communication in that. So we're going to regularly reevaluate our plan and that goes into the regular check-ins that we talked about before. That's going to be part of our parenting plan. We're going to say, hey, how's this working out? Is it something that we need to do differently here? And then we're going to assess the effectiveness of this plan and make adjustments as needed. Now, remember, I told you I'm going to go back and repeat a few things because I want you to constantly think, hey, this is a business partnership. This is business about our child. Okay? That's the aspect that we're seeking. We're seeking the best interest of our child. So flexibility, it allows for continuous improvement because we're flexible. We know, just because we have this plan in place, there's opportunities for improvement, and there's also opportunities where things might need to change. And then there has to be willingness to compromise. We have to be open to compromise to certain matters to reach mutually beneficial solutions, and again, flexibility is the key. And one more thing I want to talk about in regards to the parenting plan is financial transparency. Now, just like I've said before, I mean, we don't owe it to our co-parent to, hey, Nita, thank you for joining. We don't owe it to our co-parent to get into the meat of our finances. But when it comes to the needs of our child, both of us have to make sure. Thank you for the butterfly. Both of us have to make sure that our child's needs, their expenses, they are supported. And we have to decide how does that look? Healthcare, extracurricular activities. And I also want to talk about even, the financial legacy of your child. A lot of times we plan stuff like that when we are married, but we can continue that even post divorce. We can still continue to want to build a financial future for our child. Whether it is teaching them financial literacy, creating a business, helping them with a business, pouring into them financially ourselves to where, building a trust for them. So really that's something that you can do together. Just like I said, it's going to look different for each family because each family is different. So, and then we're also looking at what's needed long term for our child. We're not just thinking about, our child being 5 years old or 10 years old. We're looking out in the future as far as, what is our child going to need in the long run? Okay, I'm going to wrap it up. I knew the parenting piece was going to take a little bit, but I think the last thing I really want to talk about, it's so many good things I can talk about, is setting priorities with our extended family. Now, I'm pro family. I am an advocate for family. I I believe wholeheartedly that it takes a village to raise a child. I really do. And one thing I've learned, and you might find it differently with your family or, you know, but one thing I've learned that you have to establish clear boundaries with your extended family, you know. And to me, these are the same boundaries or similar boundaries that you should have had even before the divorce or even before the breakup, because this is your family. They may do it differently than you do it. They might not agree. And I tell you, everybody didn't agree with how I decided to handle, um, my post divorce. But you know what? I mean, it's my family. We are one team, one family. So once you do establish those boundaries and you ensure that they respect the partnership that you have, they can't help but to support it. I mean, because they want to be involved in the children's lives. I'm not saying to threaten them now with the children, but I'm saying, you have to avoid that unnecessary interference because it is you, because it can cause confusion. So I just encourage you, you know, when you think about one team, one family as relates to um, your co-parenting and your partnership with them, think about setting boundaries in that area. So I really wish I can go on and on and on, but I truly hope that you got something out of this because, this partnership mindset, this one team, one family, it really goes beyond the basis of co-parenting, because it really involves us actively working together to create a supportive and a harmonious environment for our child. And we do have to be proactive. We have to be proactive and engage in an effective communication and share communication. And it's all for our child's well-being. That's who our focus is. That's what our goal is. It's for our child's well-being. So if you got anything out of it, please, send me some butterflies. Let me know, comment, let me know what you got out of it. I would love to hear from you. I read all of the comments. And please share it out with others who you feel like who would enjoy or would benefit from this live as well. So, and tomorrow we'll be changing gears just slightly. We won't be talking about communication as like we have the previous four lives, but we'll start digging a little bit more deeper into our child first method. So if you don't follow me already, follow me on Instagram. It is I am Tiffany D. Newton. And then also Facebook is Tiffany D. Newton. And then please follow us on the tribe. Join our Teach Me tribe on Facebook. Teach Me Tribe. It's a group of men and women. We come together every week, different events, and it's just a safe space for us to come and be open, non-judgmental. We talk about different issues, different topics every month, and it's just so good. And also follow us on YouTube as well. It's at Teach Me Tribe. And you can also find all these replays and other things that we do in the Teach Me Tribe on there as well. So, and again, I thank you so much for joining me today. And I will see you on tomorrow. Bye bye. I'm trying to do too much.